The money.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Money on the Floor Currency Trader. Right now I'm showing off another new robot that we put together. This is using the Nadex system. The Nadex system is basically everything's the same color and you're good to go. I like to take it off the arrows and wait till everything's all the same color, which would be right in here, which obviously was a good trade because it went all the way down and it's still going. Now this system, what it does is it doesn't use those arrows. This system just has to be under the 34 moving average, has to have a red candle, red oscillator, red RSI, another red RSI, and a red stochastic. At that point, it'll trigger a trade. Now this is a confirmation robot, so it'll ask you if you want to do the trade. So I'm hoping eventually here it's going to ask me to do a trade because I installed it on here, but I think it has to do 2 candles. So it's already done 1 candle, we need 1 more candle. But we'll see. But it's a pretty neat robot. I've already made one just like it, but it did not have the moving average. It could be anywhere. So what happens now, it has to be under the moving average to take a sell trade. It has to be above the moving average. This is just price, bid price. It has to be above the moving average to take a buy trade if all the criteria is met. And then how it exits the trade is very simple. These arrows, if you get the opposite arrow, like for in a sell trade you get a green arrow, it'll close out the trade. The other way to close out the trade is if everything goes green and you're in a sell trade, everything red. For some reason, everything turns green and it will close the trade. It will not open another trade until it goes above the moving average and everything is green. Then it will take a buy trade. So what that does is it keeps the whipsaw effect happening that I was having right here without the moving average. Now it was sell trade and it got closed out. Then a buy trade, sell trade, buy trade, sell trade. All I was doing was losing money. I said, okay, it's not working. It's obviously a bad time to be doing this. If it was on confirmation, it would be fine because you could actually look at the system and say, okay, it wants to take a sell trade here. You look over here at the total strength and make all the decisions that you want. You got your iPanel, candles, everything to indicate what you're looking for. Even technical analysis, time of day, all those things. So then you can decide whether to trade or not. But this one here has a moving average, and this moving average has to be under it for a sell or above it for a buy. And I think it's a much better robot that way if it's going to be running by itself. Now, if it's going to be confirmation, I don't know if it really matters either direction because you're the one pulling the trigger. If the trade goes wrong, it's on you. It's not on the robot. So, anyways, pretty cool. I just want everybody to understand it and know what it is. I've already sent out the robot that had the all for one, I think it's all or nothing I called it. This one here is called Money Trend All or Nothing. So I've got to separate them a little bit so you know which robot you're using. That's why I keep coming up with these crazy names. And then we have one with percent, one with fixed, money management. We have another one that'll trade all day long. Another one trades time and day. So so that's pretty good. So if you're going to let it run all the time, you can, or if you want to let it run at certain times, like at London, New York, crossover, things like that. It's set up for that. And it's also set up to change up the money management. Maybe you want to run 5% of your account, 3%, 10%. Doesn't matter. As it loses, it gets smaller, and as it gains, it gets bigger, your trade size. That's all that happens. You don't have to keep fluctuating with it or messing with it. It just does what it's got to do. That is make you money. So anyway, I'm real happy with this one. I'm still super happy with the Triple Cross. I think that's probably our best robot right now. But for all around trading, this is kind of a fun system. I like using it for Nadex. I like using it for scalping and having a robot on here to tell me, hey, there's a trade there. Do you want it? And I take a look at it and say yes or no. That sure makes it handy. So it makes my scalping a lot easier. So if I get looking at an email or something, maybe a piece of software I'm interested to pops up, and I'm like checking it out, and then I all of a sudden get this sell trade that says, hey, this little sign pops up and says, do you want to take this trade or not? And I look at it and I say, heck yeah, I want to make some money today. Or No, this is a bad time. This has been going sideways too long, and then it went ahead and made money without me. But that could happen. So it's our choice to say yes or no. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Because I've said no to trades that I didn't think were possible, and the thing turned around and went and made money. I was like, oh, figures. The ones I say no to, you win. Isn't that the way Forex trading is? You buy, it goes down. You sell, it goes up. I don't know. It seems like that's set up. For the longest time, I really thought the brokers were watching me, or watching only me, and watching what I was doing. You start to feel like that after a while, till I realize I'm nobody. Why are they watching me? I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, this is a very cool system. I'm dragging this on too long. I just want people to understand that when it's under the moving average and the moving average is red, it's going to take a sell trade if it sets up for everything red. So basically, let me see if I can move this out a little bit. It will stay there. Well, we have an arrow, and that's the first indication for me, even though this one does not use it, except for closing. But what happens is when everything's red, which isn't everything red till right on that candle right there, which is a great sell trade, it would sell, and then it will not close the trade until right there everything's green. No, not everything's green yet. The oscillator's still red. So it will not close the trade, but I bet somewhere in here it fluctuates somewhere right there. Everything's green. So it'll close the trade right there. So that's where it closes the trade. All green, it will close the trade. Now, I didn't think about doing that. I could do it where it's got to be all green and above the moving average to close the trade, but I don't want to take that big a loss. If I'm not sure if it's going to go down, I want out. And it did go down. So I guess if I had something like that, that might keep you in the trade longer. Maybe we can come out with that with a different robot on the close. I think that's a great idea. So anyway, Sharon, if you're listening, I think this is a perfect robot for you. It's got the confirmation. It's got the all or nothing. It's real easy. Everything's red. You're underneath. There it is. But I think we'll definitely come out with one that has it where it won't close. Uh-oh. It does work. I love it. I was hoping this would happen. Open a sell trade. Okay, let me see. Let's check it out. Looks like everything's red. Everything's down. Dollar's super strong. Euro is super weak. Not super, but a lot weaker. Oh, look at the iPanel. It's saying you better sell this thing. I better hurry and push that button. I think I'm taking too long. There we go. Trade is on. Let me see if I can zoom in here real quick. So it's got our stop loss right there, and our take profit is way down there. So it's a 100 pip take profit. I mean, most likely it won't go there, but you never know. We could get really lucky. The Euro US dollar has been definitely trending down. I think it's going to keep going down until the election, so we'll see what happens. But it's interesting. I love this robot. Been playing with it. I like the system. I love using it for Nadex. And if you want to buy just the system for Nadex, you can. It's only $50. But I think I'm going to be selling the robot to go along with it, but it'd be a separate deal at $100 just for this robot particularly, just so you can use it with this template. But you would have to buy the template and the robot. So unless, I guess we could do a package deal. I'll figure out something. We'll make it fair. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. I'm going to get back to getting ready for London. So I got to do some more templates for these robots anyway, so I can send them out. Okay. Thank you again. Bye-bye.